Welcome to the Sports Hangover. I'm Michael Benatar, joined alongside J-Dog.
Mike, it's good to see you again. Back where we're comfortable on separate coasts, recording a podcast.
Yeah, we're back. We survived the bachelor party. We were a little exhausted the Monday backs. Jeremy's wearing the shirt.
Folks,
we didn't wear them long. Our bachelor party, maybe we almost sunk. So the boat was almost there and then not there, but it was a good trip.
The boat that we started the day on was not the boat that we ended the day on. So that happened. That was crazy. Miami's a lot, Mike. We had a good time, but Miami is a lot.
Miami's definitely a lot. I like, it's different from LA where I feel like when you're on the beach area, you just like walk around, a lot of healthy people. I feel like in LA, you can get that if you're close to the beach. Then as you move away, like I'm on the east side, not that, I try to be healthy, but not as many.
Not
and it's it's like a different vibe and it's nice. I really like the daytime in Miami.
Daytime in Miami, everyone looks good because you instantly sweat off your body fat, actually. Like, we took a walk on the beach at like 10 in the morning, and we were drenched in sweat like 3 minutes into the walk. That is the Miami humidity. We used to be Florida boys, not anymore, and it was a lot for us.
No, we were like Central Florida. I was more, Tampa area.
Tampa's like on the water. You think it's a little tougher in Miami, West Palm?
I think so. I think it's a little hotter down there. Felt like so humid that every time you go outside, you need to take a shower.
Like that's almost Caribbean, like not like the U.S., but it felt like an island country.
Yeah. I mean, we've been to Miami before, but it's just like when you spend so many days there. But yeah, we had a good time at the bachelor party. T-shirts. We didn't really get many photos. Our boat did almost sink, and we had to evacuate to a party boat that came by and picked us up and charged us $200 to save us. Not like, hey, we'll do it out of the kindness of our heart. We'll charge you $200.
Well, we weren't actively in the water. Maybe if we're actively sinking with no life jackets available, they would have charged less. Maybe not. Maybe they would have been negotiating as we sunk. I'm not sure. But we had a great time. When I tell the story about getting rescued on the boat, I tell people that we were having a great time the whole time. There was no downtime. We were just enjoying ourselves.
Everybody was drinking. Everybody was hanging out. It was great. We had Cuban subs on the boat. Definitely no life jackets to be found anywhere. No,
very illegal cruise, whoever booked that. But our rich friend is getting married in a few months. We're going back to Florida. Real original 1-2 punch. Same airport I'll fly into. Miami airport, which sucks. We'll do it maybe this summer, Mike, get little airport power rankings. Miami was terrible, awful, disgusting, and long lines.
I heard it's pretty bad. I mean, I was on Delta. I know our mutual friend got stuck, hungover.
The drunkest guy of the weekend who had the longest flight back of anyone, you two, back to LA from Florida. He was delayed, like 5 hours in the airport?
Yeah, miserable. Could not imagine that. But yeah, it was a good time. A lot of dinners, a lot of hanging out.
And now we'll do it again in a few months when Rich Friend gets married. Mike, we couldn't record last week. Obviously, listeners know 2 weeks ago we talked about Epstein. We got some terrible messages, actually, about the Epstein conversation from the dark web, so we decided to consult our lawyers, take last week off, and now we're back doing the show. We're not dead or anything, but just want to report that we did get some letters about the Epstein.
Did we get some messages online about it?
Yeah, and it made me uncomfortable, so I thought, let's take a week off. Let's consult. Let's make sure we're okay. And now we're going to come back and not talk about the Epstein files.
Let's talk about TV. A lot of sports TV I felt like happened the last week.
Yeah.
Let's do, what do you want to do first? There's a lot. We got WNBA, FS1, Barstool. What do you want to do?
So Mike, in the pre-show meeting, Mike actually mentioned he's going with the WNBA at the top, and I couldn't believe it, but I guess let's see what you got.
When I saw the T-shirts, I actually felt angry when I saw those T-shirts.
Wait, what shirts? What are you talking about?
The T-shirts that they wear in Pay Us What You Owe Us.
I didn't see this.
During the All-Star game, the WNBA...
Wait, were you watching the WNBA?
No, I saw like clips highlighting, and I was like, what are they doing? Pay us what you owe us. They would not be getting paid much at anything if they actually got paid what they were owed because they have no money. They're losing $50 million a year. The WNBA is not a profitable business. That is what the whole point is. And no matter what TV deal you get in the future, does that mean everybody has to renegotiate their contracts? They all take a pool of money. I think each team has like a cap of $1 million for all the players on the team. I just don't think they're going to all of a sudden be making $20 million. And I broke down some stats, like the viewing, and it is growing. I was trying to like talk to...
One team is growing, right? One team.
Well, average attendance, so this is all through 2024, so not 2025. It is growing about 13%, and viewership is up 14% this season compared to last season. So it is a growing sport. And now we could say F1 is a growing sport. A lot of these other things are growing sports, but like they're not established enough, not making enough revenue to actually be paid what they want. Now, I don't know what they actually want to be paid. And this is the thing. It's like the average. So I broke down the average. Hold on. Where is it? I had the average salary of NBA players, and I think it was like $9 million. Where is this? I had it somewhere.
Of NBA players. I believe that. $9 million. So Mike was watching the WNBA All-Star Game. He saw their shirts, pay us what you owe us.
Yeah.
And this must be in response to the new TV deals that were recently signed with the NBA, and the WNBA is included in this. So the ladies want a portion of the TV deal, which on the surface doesn't sound crazy, except the TV deals were probably negotiated with stars like Shai Gilgeous and Luka and LeBron in mind, and not stars like Angel Reese in mind.
Yeah, and I think it's like something where if you are a star in the WNBA, like Caitlin Clark, she's probably one of the few people that anybody you can mention to somebody that knows sports will know Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
She's getting a ton of deals. Coke, Gatorade, you name Nike deals. Now, I know a lot of the other players, like if you're the 12th person on the team, you're probably not making that much money. But I just feel like coming out like this, what are they going to bargain with? What is their like thing they're coming with that's going to change their salary? And that's what I was trying to figure out. I couldn't understand because they're already rev sharing. The NBA already gives them money, compensates for the loss they make every year because they lose $50 million a year. And I know their new deal, I think it's going to be a $2.2 billion deal. I don't know. I was like, what are they asking for? Like, write it on your chest. Like, do you guys want average $5 million? What are we all going
Mike
for?
Mike wants specifics on the t-shirts. Mike knows how to design t-shirts, so he knows what he wants on it. Actually, I think they need to start respecting Caitlin Clark if they're going to wear the shirt. So first thing is you can't talk smack or shit about Cece because Cece is one raising the tides on all these boats for these WNBA teams. Every game she plays in, the ratings are crazy. Every game she plays in across the country, it's sold out, and the tickets are making so much money there. And so I think following Cece and supporting her in this is going to be the best way that the WNBA players can get what they deserve.
I mean, I saw this tweet and I thought it was great. It said, imagine being an employee at a company that has never turned a profit and showing up to work with these shirts on saying, pay us what you owe us. I think that's the main problem. If you're not making enough revenue for the actual league, how can we pay you more? And I think that's like, what do they expect from this? Now, obviously, they're getting a lot of press and people are talking about it, but I have no idea how you renegotiate salaries for all the WNBA teams. And obviously, they expanded and all this stuff. I think
they don't I heard some complaints about one of the cities that they were expanding to, which was crazy too. It's like, shouldn't you be happy that your league is growing and it doesn't matter if you need to go to the Midwest and play in Detroit or something? It was like Detroit or not Indiana, but one of those Midwest cities. It must be in Detroit, I want to say, that they were getting critical of. They're like, I want to go to Miami, LA. Like, you can't choose where you go. Go on vacation. Like, I go where I want on vacation, right? I don't choose where my work sends me. That's how work is.
You wouldn't be in Connecticut.
Thank you. That is so true. I think it's coming from the new TV deal. So we'll see. Next year is a new deal with the NBA. Then the WNBA gets on their new deal next year. So we'll see if anything changes there.
So much. I felt like all the TV news dropped this week. So also Barstool.
Just one more thing on WNBA, though, before we get to Barstool. Angel Reese is known for, what is she known for? Can you explain what she's known for?
Missing her first shot and rebounding her own shots.
Thank you for answering that. That was unplanned. She has come out with a new Nike shoe called Me Bounds, which she is finally leaning into this phenomenon of her getting 3 rebounds per every shot attempt she makes. And they're called Me Bounds. And it's a great idea for her to capitalize on her 3 missed shots for every made shot.
We'll also talk about WNBA. I mean, we might as well talk about the ESPYs that I didn't watch either, but I saw the Shane Gillis.
I saw some Shane Gillis clips. They knew what they were getting into when they signed Shane, right?
It was great. I thought they were great. They were funny. It felt like we were back to where you could actually make some like edgy comedy instead of just being like a safe comic, like making like silly jokes. Like they were like funny jokes, and I love them all.
Shane Gillis offends everywhere he goes. He got kicked off SNL. He offended the ESPYs crowd. Like, you knew this is what he does. He's a funny guy. He pushes the envelope a little bit. You're right. Maybe we're back. The political correctness era, are you saying maybe is gone and we're allowed to joke again? Because that'll open up a whole lot of content on this show too.
I mean, I think people were really pissed off at him after that because he was doing like jokes that were like pretty, like the Waffle House joke with Caitlin Clark, like when she retires, she'll like continue doing what she loves, like beating up people, like it was funny. I thought they were great jokes. They were very funny.
Well,
And
stereotypes. That's what stereotypes are a thing, right?
And then the one that was great where it's like 4-time NBA, WNBA All-Star, and it was just like some random lady in the crowd. It's like his friend's wife. It's like no one knows any
Everyone
WNBA.
clapped for her.
I know.
It was like too good, right? It's like they're drawing.
Yeah.
He's drawing attention to things that are issues in the sports community, which this podcast is all about.
Yeah. All right. So let's do Barstool now. Talk
All right.
about
So
Barstool.
back in the day, Barstool had a moment on mainstream media, if you will. They did a deal with ESPN, Barstool Van Talk. It lasted 1 to 2 episodes. ESPN talent came out and said, we can't do this. I won't work here if we are employed by Barstool. And to your point, this was back in the political correctness era, maybe 2018, 2019, 2020, as COVID was hitting. We saw a lot of crap going on in the country at that point, obviously. And now Barstool has entered a deal with Fox Sports 1. So the first hammer was Fox Sports 1 laid off all their talent. If your name isn't Colin Cowherd, you got your job lost last week.
And I do think like the main talking point of all these like TV directions, like we can talk Colbert too, but like everybody wasn't either getting ratings or making enough money to justify being there. And like normal TV, cable TV is slowly dying. And I think what FS1 saw with Pat McAfee bringing his podcast on, I don't know if it was a big boost, but it does seem more culturally relevant to have somebody on that's like on the pulse. He's on there 5 days a week and doing a live show. That seemed more alive. And I understand what FS1 Fox Sports is doing. It's like, well, we need somebody like that can bring some energy and be excited and be like, I wouldn't say the face of the network, but be a part of the faces of the network, because FS1, you can't name, I don't even know who's even there anymore.
Well, it was like random guys who got let go. Paul Pierce, Keyshawn Johnson, LaShawn McCoy, Joy Taylor was involved in a lawsuit. She was on Cowherd for a while. It's like all these ex-players, Chase Daniel, I think, was one of them. They're like washed up players who you maybe don't care about. And they're all getting paid millions of dollars to go on Fox 5 days a week on a network that very few people are watching. I think media has evolved so much, Mike. We were on the cutting edge of this, recording on Skype 15 years ago. You don't need a big ass studio with a whole bunch of lights and expensive cameras and a crew of 20 or 25 people to make your shows.
This is what they're doing. It's like Keyshawn Johnson's like in his basement recording with like sports memorabilia behind him with a camera in front of him and getting pushed to national broadcast.
And the content is fine. Gilbert Arenas has an NBA podcast and he just sits in front of the camera and talks with his boys about the NBA, and he's articulate and funny and tells stories, and it takes very little money to produce, and it's so much more popular than anything Fox Sports was doing, just as an example. And so media needs to change. They can't pay talent what they used to, so they need to license the shows and let the talent own their own hours. And that's what Barstool's going to do, just like Pat McAfee. They will own the 2 hours. They will own the commercials in it. They'll sell it themselves, and they will get a rate from Fox, and that includes production too. Barstool's going to produce all this show. And so it sucks for people like me, but Fox Sports let producers go. They let all kinds of production people go because they know Barstool can make it so much less. And so we're going to see them do, I think it's just a toe in the water. It's not a big deal right now. It's 2 hours a day, 8 to 10 a.m. It's not taking over the whole FS1 lineup. But, Mike, I could see that happen one day where FS1 is Barstool talk all day long and just farm it out to Barstool and then just put games on the weekend if that's what works. Because otherwise Fox Sports 1 is just going to be a charity arm of Fox, and they're going to lose money every year and just keep it going.
Well, what it seems like too, it's like if you think about it, you see Mr. Beast. He started on YouTube, and now he has like shows on Amazon Prime. Yeah. And I think they're tapping into these creators that made something out of nothing with a very cheap broadcast, similar to this. Like, this cost us, I don't even know what, $10 to do, like minus our time.
Yeah.
Like, it's not,
and it's great content. It's all you need. And it's like, I think COVID also steered people of, you can just pop up in your living room and do a show and it's fine. People like the authenticity too. People like to see my lack of things on the wall, my 2 plants in my whole apartment. People like to see your beautiful artwork behind you. They don't want to see.
You did try a different angle last week.
I've been working on some things. It was a little uncomfortable on my back, so I'm still going to try to work on that. Maybe a little pillow for that angle. Yeah, I got some Ryder Cup art up here. It's coming.
But you got the window. You always like facing the window.
Yeah, it's better sunlight on my face. Mid-30s, no one else wants to see bad lighting on my face.
Until it's winter time when it's dark at like 3 o'clock.
It'll be dark when we record. Those are sad. Those are sad days. What do you think about this? You're a cable cutter, cord cutter. You don't have YouTube TV anymore. Are you going to seek out Barstool content on Fox Sports 1?
I think that's like the big picture of all this is all these people. Like, I mean, I know I keep throwing Colbert in there, but I think people like twisted it to some political thing. But then you look at it and people are like, no, he lost $40 million a year doing the show. There's 200 people staffed on that show and people are sad. It's like, when's the last time you watched Colbert? Guess what? I love late night TV. I love it so much. I tried to be on Jimmy Fallon's show. I love late night TV. But the problem is I don't watch it anymore because I have podcasts and I have things that are on the go. And if I want to watch something, I'll pull it on YouTube. And Jimmy Kimmel's clips are on YouTube and Jimmy Fallon and SNL. I think the only thing I actually watch recorded is SNL. That is probably the only broadcast thing I watch. I think a lot of things are changing and I don't know if people are ready for it yet. I think it's very like, we see it coming. People are like downsizing, trying to make it cheaper. And I think there'll be fluctuation. Like, you know, I'm sure Netflix will try to get into it. I think there'll be more avenues to do more stuff, but I think it'll be very bare, deeper. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, there'll be
I'm starting to think existentially about my own career and life right now as you say all this.
I'm just saying,
tell me how it applies
there'll
to
be
me.
like the main level. It'll be all like the main channels, internet companies, broadcast companies will have this like main plateau of like, these are our people. And then underneath that, there's not going to be much room for the FS1 2 p.m. show East Coast time to be airing because no one cares what that show is and no one watches it. I mean, do you watch any broadcast? I mean, you kind of do, but
I kind of do sometimes actually. I stream it more than I watch on linear TV and cable. To your point, I think a lot of things are at play, and the biggest one is that anyone can make content on podcasts and YouTube, and you're not going to turn the same profit from a YouTube ad of you watching a Colbert clip on YouTube that you would if you tuned in 5 nights a week at 11:30 and watched 43 minutes of content and 17 minutes of ads for every hour. That was what TV is built on. Those are the economics that TV is still trying to do, but they're doing those economics for so many less people than before. It doesn't work anymore. Colbert was fine making $20 million a year when he had all these viewers and they were able to sell hundreds of $millions of advertising a year. That's no longer the case. And to your point, our boy Matt Bellany, famous from The Studio and the Town podcast, one of our rivals, he says that the show was losing $100 million a year and making $40 million a year for a total of $60 million of losses every year.
It's a lot.
Entertainment companies, big media companies can do that. They actually can lose $60 million on projects. Every bad movie you see, every bad TV show you see, they probably lost $60 million on it, right? But how many years can you sign up for that when you're dwindling your audience every year? When that YouTube ad is going to be watched, whether it's Colbert or whether it's like an 18-year-old kid they hired to make a YouTube ad. You don't need to pay Colbert $20 million a year to make YouTube videos for you. And so the economics are changing. Of course, like older people aren't adjusting. My mom does watch Colbert 5 nights a week after the local news. Really? That's what she likes. She's in her 70s. Those people will not be able to sustain the media environment for much longer.
Well, I guess his average was like 1 million people watching it live.
Sounds like a lot, right? But not when you're losing $100 million. Not when you pay him $20 million a year. Not when your studio's in Times Square and you're paying that rent every single month. Yeah,
and I do think like if we were listing like the tiers of late night hosts, I think to me Jimmy Kimmel was one. I don't even know if Jimmy Fallon does he even have a show on anymore. I feel like I don't see clips
still on
anymore.
The Tonight Show. Jeez. Our friend Jamie in Tampa just went to the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. She loves him still to this day.
There you go. I just think like if you look at it, you almost want to follow what Conan's doing. Conan was going to do the late night, got booted off late night. Then he did his own thing. He did like travel shows, comedy.
Conan won the lottery with the travel shows. He got Warner Brothers to pay his tab to go to all these fun places and just go do stuff. That's the opposite of going into work in New York City and trying to crank out a 1-hour talk show every night.
No, I know, but in a way, he understood.
No, he understood exactly. He got it. And the podcast he does is funny and it makes money. He owns it.
And that's I think where we're going is you're going to see, like you said, licensing content, people that are faces and names. They're going to go on these networks and be the stars of the show because you can't make stars anymore because no one has enough time. Like when I remember coming to your disgusting house in at UCF, beer covered floors, and you guys would just be watching SportsCenter. It would just be on. It'd just be there. And you knew those faces. You knew what was happening at 5 o'clock or at PTI or whatever. All those things were on. They had the luxury and time to make stars from all those people, and I don't think that we have that anymore.
And how else would you get your top 10 highlights? How would you get your random baseball or hockey highlights? There was no internet. There was no phone. Now it's literally
2007,
in your pocket.
8, right? Yeah, that was a long time ago.
But those weren't easy to watch. Did you data? Did you just date us on the podcast? You tell people
Well, I wanted to make sure people understood it wasn't like 4 years ago. I know we look young.
When you said gross apartment, I was like, which apartment are you talking about? Okay, a long time ago. That's fair. That's fair.
That one, yeah.
That's true. It's all changing. People are not ready for it. They're never ready for it. AI, we didn't even mention in this whole conversation. That's going to change content creation. It already is, and it will continue to be. But you're not going to have the big fancy stars making money anymore. It's going to be more of a creator economy where people are just on TikTok talking about the Yankees, and then you might have a 30-minute Yankee show of people talking about the Yankees on TikTok.
I also think with a lot of content now, it is more about the curation of the content, right? So like I know networks do this already, but in a way, when you're listening to a podcast, let's say Bill Simmons' podcast. In a way, he's like curating the stuff he's interested in, and you're listening because you're interested in that. Right. But a lot of times when you go to websites or other podcasts, you're kind of like in their world, and you're kind of following along with their interest and what they're doing. And I think that's more where it's going. That's why Barstool's on there. It's like people like Barstool. They like what they're all doing out there. I don't even know who it's geared towards anymore. I feel like they do these like 24-hour challenges. It's like, can you hit a hole in one? Like everybody's doing these now. And I mean, for me, I'm like
Jerry After Dark.
Yeah, that one. I saw like Mr. Beast like lock some pilot in a plane for 100 days and said, if you can.
Well, these live streams, Mike, that is appointment television. That's what these people are not getting otherwise with podcasts and YouTube shows. Is appointment TV. We see it with live sports, and it is the last time of like, oh, the Super Bowl's at 6:30. Everyone in the world is going to watch it, and everyone's going to be talking about it in real time. There are no shows like that like there used to be on TV. There's no movies that come out and everyone's instantly talking about it. It's so fragmented. But these live streams that you talk about could be the future too.
I've never actually watched a live stream. I feel like I see a lot of clips of live streams. I don't know. I don't think they're geared towards our
younger people. It's like definitely the YouTube golf people. It's like golf has exploded on YouTube. It's like, who's it for? They're not as good as professionals. The shots are worse. The swings are worse, but they're getting a ton of views. Who's it for? I don't know.
Yeah, like the Nelk Boys, didn't they do like a challenge where they like got a whole golf course and they tried to get a hole in one? It took them, I don't know how long it took them to get a hole in one, but it took them a long time. And there's like 3 guys hitting balls too.
The youth is crazy. We shouldn't ignore the fact that recently CBS paid Trump $16 million to shut down a lawsuit. Colbert went on his show the next day and said he will never have faith in his company again after that lawsuit, and he was let go right after that. I don't think it's related to that. I know people are saying this is to help Trump and all these. It's actually the economy of television that is the number one reason. But it's fair to say, is there someone controlling the airwaves when you have $16 million payouts and then shows go away? It's a fair question to ask.
Sure. But I guess in my mind, it's kind of like you are merging. Is it time to cut cost? What else are they going to be cutting? Like I know they're negotiating with South Park guys. Yeah. Listen, I'm a big Dexter guy. Dexter, the new Resurrection season just came out. Love it.
What is going on with Showtime brand in this merger? Does Showtime exist somewhere?
If you have Paramount Plus like I do, I think it's now called Paramount Plus Showtime or whatever it's called. I am a subscriber. First of all, if you have not seen Star Trek Discovery on Paramount, great show. I guess I'm a big CBS supporter. I have a lot.
You really are. After this whole conversation, turns out.
The only shows I watch: Star Trek, Daily Show with Jon Stewart, only with Jon Stewart, not the other shows where it's all the other people. I like the ones with Jon Stewart.
Well, he's going to say some things about Colbert because Colbert used to work on the Daily Show with Jon Stewart. So we'll see this week if he spins it forward any.
But I will say like the Daily Show is like funny. I think Stephen Colbert was too serious and he was not the same character, and you almost wanted him to be that silly character he was on.
I think the night that Colbert announced that his show was ending, he had Representative Adam Schiff from Congress on the show that night, who likes comedy and also likes to hear from Adam Schiff from Congress.
I don't know.
Like, what are we doing?
I know. Yeah. You want to have, it's just like a very weird time to be in TV, and we'll see what happens. But I know Jimmy Kimmel's like on his last year of a deal. I don't think these shows survive. And we've seen a lot of shows try to do late night shows. There's always been, I don't even know if After Midnight's still there. I think it was that one that's gone.
Taylor Tomlinson got offered a chance to continue doing the show. She said, no, I'm good. That's her economics of TV for you. That's it right there. That's pretty crazy.
I used to do a morning show, and I know the grind of doing daily shows. It's a lot of prep, a lot of work. And then you also have to make it good. And not all shows are good. And even for us, we do one show a week. It's like, I wouldn't say all the shows are good. Sometimes we come here with nothing and it's like, well, we just talked for 30 minutes, but it was good to us.
The great thing about daily shows, even if you have a bad one, you get up the next day and do it again and try to get better. So we do that too. I'll say Jimmy Kimmel has talked about, he's going to be the last host of his show. There's no one coming after him to get paid $20 million a year from Disney. He also goes to Italy for like 3 months a year. He's getting paid for like a quarter or 3/4 of the year at this point. Jimmy Fallon, you're right. That show might go away. The Tonight Show at some point, that's more of an institution. SNL, I feel like, is the one where it continues to be profitable, continues to be relevant. Of course, it's not as big as it was 25 years ago. I don't think that's going anywhere, and Lauren might die off and it might go to SNL 100. It might keep going.
I do think the late night show stays, SNL stays. I think in a way these brands want to have faces also. Like you want to have some sort of face of the network, and I think that's, if Jimmy Kimmel goes, they might want him back at some capacity to be the face, because it seems like the networks do like the faces. And when I found out about Colbert, I found out that like the studio, CBS Productions, sells it to CBS to air it. So it's like, you're not actually interlocking with the company. It's like, well, we're actually just buying this from our own production company to put it on our air. So obviously it doesn't make as much sense. I don't know if NBC does that, but it doesn't sound like
they don't.
Like
they own Jimmy Fallon. He pops up everywhere. Think about ABC. Jimmy Kimmel. I went to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Jimmy's there. Game show. Jimmy's there. Jimmy's all over. The Jimmys are working extra. Steven was taking home $20 million to go home every day after the show. So that is a little different. And don't feel bad for someone like Stephen Colbert, who made $20 million the last 10 years. The guy is so rich, and he'll be okay.
Good.
Yeah. Mike, should we get to some sports before we wrap up?
I have one more TV thing, but it's about sports.
Okay.
It was about Apple released the F1 Formula One whatever racing show, and it seems like they're trying to go after the rights to F1.
The new rights of it. That's right. I saw that as well. Is that final? It might be final now that F1 will be going to Apple for
I don't
$300
know.
million a year.
I don't know, but you can look it up. I thought it was interesting because it seems like Apple's doing like all the sports no one really wants, but are willing to overpay for all these sports that no one really wants. Like, no one really wants F1, but they bought the brand that Netflix kind of built after that F1 series. I felt like everybody liked F1 after that, except for me. I couldn't watch the show, but I'm not a big race guy. But I think it's like an interesting play. They have so much money. They could have every single NFL game on their network if they really wanted. They have so much money.
They might do that one day, and that's a lot. That's a lot.
But they have F1, MLS, and one baseball game, which they might.
Their sports strategy right now is crazy. It is fragmented. It is incomplete. They're trying to get international rights, so they're only bidding on things where they can have it domestically and internationally.
Okay, that makes
sense. Things like F1 or MLS, more international sports, they can own that around the country, because if it's just domestically, that deal is only worth a fraction. F1 in the U.S. is worth a fraction of the overall deal. And so they're trying to do that. My reporting says they're in the final negotiations to secure the U.S. rights beginning in 2026 for Apple TV Plus right now. So we'll see if that happens. I don't know. I mean, obviously everything's going to streaming. I think Netflix still is getting in a little more aggressive than Apple. Prime Video also is like kind of going one at a time here, but it's ramping up, and NBA is coming to Amazon Prime Video in the fall too.
Yeah, I felt like Prime wasn't really hitting the last few months. They had like new shows. I haven't
watched Prime in months either, but Thursday Night Football is coming back. NBA in the fall. Maybe they're gearing up. Black Friday. What did we hear? Something on Black Friday. They're going to do something else.
Don't we have
extra.
A game on Black Friday?
There's an NFL Black Friday, but I think Amazon's might do something extra, I heard too.
Oh, wow.
Another sporting event on Friday too.
A lot of stuff.
A lot of sports streaming. I got two NFL topics for you. Training camp has begun, and so I wanted to go down to our favorite place to talk shit about an NFL franchise. No, not Pittsburgh, Mike. We're going to Dallas today because Jerry Jones met the media.
Okay. What did he?
Well, first,
is he talking about dick sizes?
Not today. That's only when he meets with Jamie Foxx. That's a different topic. The first thing that happened today at Cowboys camp. Want to see? Maybe we'll do a little bullshit or believe. Tell me if this is you believe it or it's bullshit. All right, let's see. The first play of Cowboys training camp was a Dak Prescott bomb touchdown to George Pickens. That was a real thing that happened. Is this believing it or bullshit?
In a way, I want to believe it. In a weird way. I think I don't want to say Dak has never had like two elite weapons, but this does seem like he's in a different spot. I'm not a Dak believer. I know you're a Dak believer.
That you're even straddling the line on the answer.
I will say I think this works for him. You got two guys that fight for the ball, that want the ball. George Pickens will even fight you after he gets the ball.
He's a dog.
And keep going. So, yeah, I think he likes a little crazy. I think a little crazy on that team could help.
I believe it too. I think Dak, if he stays healthy with CD, with Pickens, the two receivers, I think they have a better year on offense. Now, Jerry Jones did say something else that pissed some people off today. Micah Parsons has one more year in his deal. Obviously, he's really, really good. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones randomly during his press conference today takes a shot at Micah Parsons, saying even if they sign him, it doesn't mean they'll have him because he was hurt for 6 games last season. The reporter did have to fact check that he missed less than 6 games, only 4, and Jerry is now negotiating in the media against Micah Parsons. Maybe not a good look heading into training camp.
Jerry's, he's going to run that team down until he dies. So good for Jerry. Congrats, Jerry, on being a little crazy out there.
He's not running it. He's running it down.
That heat really gets to him out there when he's watching.
Well, I understand, actually. One walk around Miami, I'd be making bad decisions, too.
Any
Mike,
other?
I got one more for you. This one requires more investigation, actually, and I want you to help me out with this in LA. What's going on with Najee Harris? We don't actually know the truth. It's a strange story. Fireworks injury, eye injury. Suspicious. Details have been coming out slowly. He is on the physically unable to perform list.
Oh.
He might need additional procedures and surgeries. I want to find out more about what happened.
I will say, if it's anything like Jason Pierre-Paul when he blew off his fingers, I felt like we didn't really know until he came to training camp with 3 fingers.
Exactly. We thought, he's in an accident. How bad is it?
Is it like, it's kind of like this, right? That's how his hand looks.
There's some nubs.
He's got it was like he blew off the top of his
But you know what's great
knuckles.
about like a pass rusher? You don't need your fingers. You don't need them.
No, yeah. Sometimes even where like the clubs, when their hands are broken, they just like beat you down with it.
Like receivers should not set off fireworks.
Correct.
But linemen,
go for it.
Sometimes it helps. They put the club on, right? That whole club.
Yeah, I feel like the clubs should be illegal because that thing looks like it could really hurt.
Yeah.
I would say this could be a great advertisement for not setting off fireworks because they're dangerous. I'll just let you know they're dangerous. They'll blow your fingers off, your eyes off. They don't care who you are. They'll blow you up. So I imagine I would assume if it's something that was serious enough where he had to go to the hospital, I would assume partial vision left in his eye.
Which, Mike, that's what I'm getting to. I'm not reporting that, but if that's happening here, we need this is a thing for fantasy football season. This is a thing when you're betting over under on the Chargers. Can the running back see is something we do need to learn more about.
I feel like with one eye too, when you close your eye, you don't have that depth perception anymore, so you lose that. So what are you going to
How's he going to pick up a blitz from the right side?
A lot of turning his head. It's not going to be good, especially when you're you got the helmet on. Your peripheral vision is already blinded a little bit. Now you can't see.
Mike, do you ever put a helmet on, like even back in the day as a kid? And it's like, how does anyone play football in this?
I have no idea.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
It's heavy and it's like you can't see out of it.
I wear a hockey mask and I think it's like it blocks some of your vision too, even though it barely does.
It protects you though.
It does protect. Yeah, you don't want a puck to the face.
It's NFL season, training camp. I got more topics for next week, and then our favorite game I have been preparing. Where does this person play is going to be on next week's show.
I did see it.
Mike,
Instagram
don't study. No studying.
Okay, I won't study. I do have to get ready for a draft at some point.
After we play the game.
Okay. Yeah, I know a lot of people moved. And I have no idea where anybody is anymore.
I love this game. It's where I ask Mike where famous players, not like not famous, like famous players play, and we never know. I wouldn't have known some of these, to be honest. There's some good ones.
So we'll play next week. Then we have our NFC, AFC previews, gambling, over-unders. And then before the season, we might even do a little MVP stuff, talk about that. But yeah, we got a lot coming up. It'll be good.
And you're going to Vegas in a few weeks, so we need a full report on the Vegas scene, any bets to make while you're there, maybe too.
Yeah, I already made a lot of bets online, so we'll see if I make any more there. All right, good show. See you.